So I just want to make it clear, we did a whole episode about Wish last week for you guys, 5 minutes ago for us. It wasn't a brand deal.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, we're not paid for that. Nobody would pay us for anything, so... Well, except...
Oh, don't be like that.
Except the people that employ
One
us.
day someone's going to be like, would you like to promote our very obscure brand? And we'll be like, yes, thank you.
Please. Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah. Or, what's the... MeUndies.
Yeah, MeUndies. Everyone does that.
Everyone does MeUndies.
There's the other one that you can buy tickets for, like, events.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone does that as well. Can't remember what it's called.
Also, many of the unpopular YouTube channels also do ads for people. You could, if you need an essay written for school or university or whatever, you can hire people.
Yeah. There's Fiverr as well. You can find anyone to do anything on there.
Aye, but let's not go down that route. We'll end up like the Pewds.
Yeah. So last night we were playing around with the Laserpens.
Yeah.
That we got from Wish, just because it was dark outside. You could see it outside.
Like this.
He's like, fuck off.
What?
It's shining it in my eye, you twat.
Don't be like that.
What was I saying? I don't know what it is about like laser pens, but
they just disorient you, like.
No, fuck off. The just seeing where you can get it and still see it is like incredibly fun.
Yeah.
Like, I managed to get it one night when it was really dark. I managed to get it on the bell tower.
Oh wow.
And I could see it from a window. And I don't know why, but that was really exciting.
Yeah.
Also, I've noticed that if you shine it on road signs, probably not advised. Just the light from it explodes and it just gets really bright and you can see it from anywhere. So, because there's like a winding road that you can see all the way up from our window.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get it on road signs all the way up the street and shit and just seeing this huge red light is crazy. But yeah, I was playing with it one night. I was watching Always Sunny, as I always am, and just playing with a laser pen outside, and there's some offices across the street. And I was shining it in the window, I was like, oh shit, I can see it on the wall in the office. And then this guy's head just pops up at the window, and he starts like shouting to, obviously I can't hear him, but he's like shouting to some guy that's next to him. Another head pops up. The first guy's just pointing directly at me, and I'm like, shit. So like I crouch down on the couch and I'm just like peering over the windowsill. Just trying not to get seen, but I've got the lights on, so I'm clearly just a silhouette just peeking over the windowsill. And yeah, he got up and he seemed really angry and he stormed off into one of the other rooms. And I could see him like sort of in one of the windows down the side of the building, like leaning over a desk. And it looked like he was on the phone.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, who is he calling? I'm like, I don't know what they do there. Maybe it's some like really top secret research or something, and they're genuinely terrified about snipers coming and like people trying to steal information or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I hope he's not like suspicious and like thinks I'm a sniper or something. So I'm like, fuck. Just sat there like, don't call the police, don't call the police. And he was there for ages, and I was like, okay, maybe he's not on the phone. But can you imagine if he called the police saying, oh, there's a sniper across the street, fucking police coming into my apartment, break down the door, and there's just this fat guy like surrounded by crisp packets with a laser pen, like
fucking armed response units and all that.
Oh my god.
Jesus. I mean, maybe we just like, I don't know, like thought it was funny, like, oh man, this guy's got a laser, look.
Yeah, I don't know. He seemed genuinely angry though, and the guy that was with him seemed offended as well. And I was like, oh man,
because
this was like midnight. Why were they in the office at midnight?
Yeah, fucking shutters just slam on every window like it's some sort of anime or something like that.
It was just like.
But yeah, because I live across the road from my sister at night time when I go out for a smoke. They haven't noticed yet, right? But every time, like, because they don't have blinds on the kitchen window, because they're expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And they had expecting a new baby last year, so they spent way more money than they should have on buying new stuff and that. So they're a bit skint. So what they've done now is they've got net curtains, which is great for the day because you can't see anything when you walk past because people are nosy.
Yeah, especially on your street.
At night time, when they've got the light on in the kitchen, you can still see through and that.
Yeah,
But,
I could just imagine, right? Because I know the like positioning of the houses, and I know the kind of angle you would be aiming the laser pen through the window at, which is going to bounce off the window. So you're probably fucking with somebody in the living room at your neighbour's house. Like the light will bounce off the window, go through their window, and then they'll look out the window to see where laser pen's coming from, see the reflection on your sister's window, and think some dickheads in your sister's house like try to fuck with them with a laser pen.
No, but what I've been doing, because I find it much more enjoyable, I giggle like, uncontrollably, is when, like, say, Danny's in the kitchen and he's about to go outside for a smoke or something, and he's just walking around waiting for like Artem or Helen to grab a vape or whatever, or he's just making a coffee. When he turns his back to the window, I'll just shine on back of his head real quick. And then obviously stop before he turns around. He's none the wiser. And I'm just giggling to myself because I know what I've done and no one else does. It's pretty funny. Yeah. The tricky part is trying to get on back of his head first time without it appearing on any walls.
Yeah.
There's been a few times where it's been on a wall first and I've just quickly snapped it to his head and nobody's noticed.
That's a fun game to play with a laser pen as well. Just like pick an object out of the room and try and
like
boop, turn it on and it be on there. Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun with it. It's also really fun because mine's like ultraviolet.
Yeah, it changes colour depending on the surface. Which is
so like on white surfaces it's really blue, but on other surfaces it's quite purplish.
Yeah. Mine is a 3-in-1. So it's got a laser pen, a high-powered torch, and a UV light, which I wasn't expecting at all. Which it's been useless so far because the only things UV lights are good for is semen. Yeah, and I don't tend to leave semen on things.
There's no fun using it in your bedroom because it just lights up too much.
As Star-Lord said, it looked like a Jackson Pollock painting in there.
Yeah, this laser's fun, and I like trying to wind people up with it. I went. There was a cat that went in my back garden one night when I was smoking, and I started just shining it on the floor, and for like a solid 30 minutes, it was just chasing the laser. Oh,
I discovered something amazing about pigeons.
Yeah,
pigeons like lasers.
No way.
So out of this window behind me in the podcast room, because there's like a roof just outside the window, a bit lower than the window, and there's always pigeons on there. So I was fucking around with a laser pen. Around the pigeons, just seeing if I could piss them off. And one of them saw it, and they started trying to follow it. And then before I know it, I've got like 5 pigeons scrambling across this roof trying to get to a laser pen, just pecking at it. It was awesome.
Oh, that's cool. I like fucking with cats with lasers. I don't know what it is about lasers, but every cat loves them.
Yeah. I tried it with my dog when I went to visit my mum.
Yeah.
And the...
didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
That dog's a bit fucking weird anyway.
Yeah.
Have we ever told that story on the podcast about the reason I hate the dog? Why it's my nemesis?
Oh, I don't know if we did. I feel like maybe.
Should we tell
it anyway?
Should we tell the story in its entirety, like truthfully?
No, go for it. Yeah.
So
I'll let you do the honors.
So you were living in Birstall, was it?
Yeah.
Which was a quite nice house, quite big and
massive. I used to have house parties there, and they were awesome.
Kitchen was really fucking small for some reason.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is about house parties, but everyone wants to be in the kitchen. I've got this massive fucking house. Living room's huge, and everyone's piled into the corridor-ass kitchen.
You could get 2 people like belly to belly in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But then they won't be able to move, and that's like 2 like regular, slim, healthy people. But everyone just spent all the time in there, didn't they?
Yeah. The conservatory, which was cool.
Yeah, everyone who was cool was in the conservatory because that's where we had our beer pong.
Yeah, beer pong. I miss that. I miss those days, mate.
Tell me about it.
College days.
But anyway, we've got this friend, Dylan.
Oh, Dilly Dugan.
Who we call Dilly Dugan.
For no reason at all. I think I started it, but I don't know why. It might be Dum Dum Dugan from Marvel Comics. He was like a SHIELD agent.
But we all call him Dilly Dugan.
Yeah.
Top lad.
Oh, is it such a cool guy? He's the one who got everyone saying mate. Like everyone in our friend circle says mate now.
Right.
Quite a lot. And it's because of him. Because he said it with every sentence.
Right.
He's like from centre of Leeds, so he's got like Leeds. You know, when he's talking, you can tell he's from Leeds. And he says mate all the time, just every sentence.
But just a bit of like background information on why Dugan is just a top lad is we had a party and he never did any drinking really, did he?
Mm.
And so he shows up at your house in Birstall ready for this party earlier than everyone else as well.
Yeah, it was the first one there.
And then I showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we play like Mario Kart DUI and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
And then the party started, and he were pounding. I think he got like
Fosters.
blackcurrant flavored Fosters or something.
Yeah.
Didn't he? And he were pounding that. Like he didn't have many, bless him. And he's quite a skinny guy, and that. And he's not massively tall, so he's probably got a really low tolerance for alcohol to begin with, and then obviously not been out drinking like you do when you're a lad. So he pounded it, and he got so wasted. But bless him, he fucking soldiered through it and carried on drinking afterwards and playing beer pong and that. So that's why Dilly Dugan was just a top lad.
He KO'd at one point. He was like, okay, I've had too much. And he went on the couch, slept for an hour, and then came back like full power.
Sorry, Ipswich are playing Aston Villa, that's all.
Why did your phone tell you about that?
It just does. Because, yeah, whatever.
Carry on.
So yeah, we all decided, well, me, you and Dilly Dugan, that we'd spend a day at yours.
Yeah, just chilling out.
Just chilling out. And we were going to get ridiculously high. And we did. And then we were like, let's get some pizza in.
Yeah.
So we spent like £60 on Domino's because you always had a 50% off voucher because your house was in such a position away
it was
from...
just on the threshold of where they deliver to.
Yeah.
And if they're late, they give you a 50% off voucher.
Right. So you always had those, and so we bought £60 worth and paid £30, which is like I'd say like an average fucking order price for like a group of people, like maybe 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
But there was this pizza that was fucking amazing. It was called the Meteor Pizza.
Oh yeah.
It was barbecue sauce,
base, yeah,
barbecue base. It had all the meats on it, but
and
then to top it
meatballs.
off, every slice had at least 1 or 2 meatballs on it, and it was the best pizza ever. And so we were all really high. I think we've been drinking a bit as well.
Yeah, we drank a lot as well.
And we just had this table in your conservatory were just stacked with like pizzas and stuff.
There was so many.
Because they were like 16 inches as well.
Yeah.
And we were so full, like our stomachs were in pain, but because we were high, we just kept eating and eating. And then at one point we'd go outside to smoke a fresh doob, and your fucking dog comes running out
with like 3 slices of pizza in her mouth.
No, because we didn't eat. We were saving the Meteor Pizza for when we could eat more of it again.
Yeah.
And she comes running out with the rest of the pizza, which was like a full half pizza or something like that. So I just like quickly passed the doob off to someone, and I wrestled your dog, stole the only slice she didn't have in her mouth off her, and fucking ate it.
She's a small dog as well, so she did drag it across the floor, outside, down the stairs, into the garden.
As long as it wasn't in her mouth, I don't give a shit. But yeah, she ate so much of that pizza because she got up on the table, and we thought we wouldn't be able to do it because she's only a small dog.
Mm-hmm.
But she ate so much, her stomach was just rock hard bloated for the rest of the night.
Poor dog.
And then in the morning, right, I was in your kitchen drinking just pints of water because I was so dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
And I let your dog out into the back garden, which I probably shouldn't have done. I think I found out later I wasn't supposed to do that, but I did it anyway because I didn't realise.
Mm.
And I just watched her walk around the garden, just take dump after dump after dump after dump. She took about 17 dumps, mate. It was ridiculous. And I was there drinking the whole time, like, oh, number 13.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
But yeah, it was a good place, that. Didn't your mum fall down those steps? Because right outside
she did, yeah.
The way the houses are, it was on like a hill, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So like the front is higher than the back.
Mm-hmm.
And also the right side of the house was higher than the left side of the house as well, which is really mental. So, and you exited the conservatory on the left. I guess if you're looking at the back of the house, it was on the left.
Yeah.
And so it was just a massive dip down. So there was this really fucked up set of stairs.
Yeah, they were such a weird shape as well. They tried to do something cool with it, but it was terrifying.
You step out, you got like space for 1 foot, right? It's like it was like a curved staircase thing, but it wasn't like
it was a sharp like isosceles triangle curve.
It wasn't like mathematically sound.
Yeah.
And immediately to the right there was a drop down into a drain, and immediately to the left there's a drop down into the garden, and in front of you there's a drop down as well. So you have to maneuver those so delicately. And everyone used to go out for a smoke when they were drinking, And the amount of times people almost fell down there and died.
Yeah.
And then it turns out your mum did fall down there.
And she didn't die.
She's
still alive.
Didn't she like fuck up her knee or something like that?
Her kneecap twisted 90 degrees.
And she was sober.
Yeah. Which wasn't quite common back then.
Yeah.
Because she always had friends over. Well, when you've got an house like that, you're going to have house parties, aren't you? So.
Well, it was a dope place to party.
Yeah, it was mint.
I remember, I think one of your first parties, or your second party, we invited Helen and Danny and a few of their friends if you wanted to come.
Yeah, there were loads of people there.
And they were like, oh, we don't think we can make it. We feel pretty sick.
Me.
And we were like, oh, don't worry about it, man. You know, it'd been cool if you were here and that, but if you're not feeling well, you know, if there's a bug going around your house or whatever. And then we just hear a knock at the door, and we're like, did someone order takeaway already? Like, it's a bit early for that. Because when we have house parties, we always get like a massive stack of just loaded 16-inch pizzas, and just let people have at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hear a knock, and it just fucking Danny and Ellen, they just blagged the whole time.
Yeah.
And like, they just came in immediately and started moving things in your house. Like, this will get broken here. Let's go put that over there. And
Yeah.
Bless him.
Danny's like, you can't keep a mirror on the wall like this. Takes it off and goes and puts it somewhere safe.
Yeah.
You can tell they're homeowners, can't you?
I remember that party because near the end of the night, everyone was super drunk and or high.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this, there was like a second, it was eventually converted into a second living room. There was
we had two living rooms.
Side room near the that led to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there was a table in there, and that's where the music were playing. And I put Immortal Technique Dance with the Devil on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we all just sat around this table, listened to it really thoughtfully, with our heads down, like stroking beards and stuff like that. And Danny was just like talking about why he likes it and stuff like that. And it was just like a really surreal experience.
Yeah.
He just calmed down so much.
Oh, we also we have this Paul friend. Oh man, he's a really cool guy, but he's such an easy target.
Yeah.
And everyone just picks the shit out of him all the time. And he fell asleep at a house party.
Good old
in
Maximus.
a chair. And there was a Sharpie in the house.
Right.
So the poor guy wakes up with a swastika drawn on the centre of his forehead.
And a Hitler stash.
Yep. And dick
the reason
as well.
the reason we did that as well
plenty
is
of dick as well.
He loves World War II era
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. We wouldn't
And
just...
so there's always been a joke that he's like a secret Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
And so he falls asleep. And no one wanted to do it. And I was like, just fuck me, give me the Sharpie, I'll do it. And then no one thought we were going to do it. And I just walked up to him so blasé-like and just went, swastika, tash.
Yeah,
and then,
I think Candice drew the dick on his face.
Yeah, and then we all get up in the morning. Like, some of us are hungover, so some of us are just doing all right. We're just a bit
Chilling.
lethargic or whatever.
We always used to get these massive, like, 24 cases of energy drink.
Yeah.
And we'd have, like, a half left in the morning. But people would pound it so hard when they woke up, like, there'd been none left.
And so we were all just doing our morning, after party ritual, like just talking about the night before and just,
Chilling out, playing
playing games
PS2
and
games and shit.
And then Max wakes up, doesn't know what's in his face. He goes upstairs to the bathroom for a wee. After, like, the most cheerful, like, good morning, guys.
Hi, all.
Goes upstairs. And then he's disappeared for, like, an hour. And then he comes downstairs.
His face is just bright red.
He's with the most furious fucking facial expression. There's a massive red mark on his forehead and his lip. And we're like, oh, we know why he was gone
And he's
for
like,
so long.
I've got work to do, you dickheads.
Oh, God. Hilarious times. We don't have house parties here anymore, do we? Because it's a small apartment.
No, it's quite small. Plus, we've kind of lost contact with most of the uni guys.
Last time we hung out with them was when you graduated uni.
Yeah. Well, which
was a fun night.
But yeah, I don't feel like everyone was that into it. Like, some of them just wanted to go home because the graduation ceremony was a bit taxing.
Yeah.
But I think when Candice comes back from France, we're gonna arrange to hang out with them a bit more and, like, have more gatherings and shit. Cause
let me know and I'll fucking...
We need to do more shit like that, I think.
Yeah. I want to do more PC gaming, but we need our PCs for work and that, don't we? Well,
I don't really want to. Mostly because I value my PC and I know what gaming can do to it.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think that I'd probably go down, right? Like, I'm just going to go in that room for another, like, 6 hours and play games with my friends.
Yeah.
But, like, we had the funniest times on GTA Online on PC.
Yeah. That server we got into that was just hacked.
Yeah, someone hacked the server. We were just fucking around and and the hacker had given us all like tasers and snowballs, took all our weapons away.
Yeah.
And for some fucking reason,
only to Max this happened.
He just picked Max out of the list, and just when you're on a bike on GTA with a passenger, the game I think locks the passenger to your character's model.
Yeah, so she's just
And
clinging onto your back.
He was just walking around with this like fucking, what was it, a pillion passenger or whatever on a motorcycle, just straddling his back.
Yeah.
Like he was
Just wearing a woman like a backpack.
And like he's trying to ask us if we can see what he's seen, but he can't talk because he can barely breathe. He's laughing so much, and then we start fucking laughing. And there's a video on Facebook of
we
it,
saved the video of it.
and like every year that gets shown again, and I have a right laughing fit.
Yeah.
Because it's so fun.
Yeah, every year around the same time, loads of hilarious clips that I saved out will like get brought back up on Facebook. And
like that time we were playing, it wasn't DayZ, it was Arma 3, the Wasteland mod thing.
yeah,
And we did, before Battle Royale became popular.
Mm-hmm.
Us four were like, we'll split up into 2 teams, and we'll scavenge for like an hour, and we'll meet up in this town, and we'll try and kill each other.
yeah,
I was brilliant at it, by the way.
yeah.
But we did it on Arma, and I fucking clocked Max immediately, and I fucked him up.
Yeah.
And then I knew Kibble would be hiding on the other side of this ridge, like farm thing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see him, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to draw his fire out, and hopefully I'll see him and shoot him first. Or a very, very slim chance that Connor will be on the ball, and he'll see him trying to kill me, and he'll save me. You did see him, but only after he'd shot me and got me down.
Yeah, he downed you, and you were like, come revive me, and I'm like, I can see him.
Yeah, and you
And I've got this-
ignore me, and then you just do a quick 2 shots or something like that.
Yeah, it was just a couple
And then you're like, oh my god, I got him. You just fucking killed him
the
outright.
video's brilliant as well, because you could just hear me go, I got him!
There's such a disbelief in your voice. It was amazing.
It was a really long distance, and to be honest, on my screen he was about 2 pixels.
Yeah.
And I had a red dot sight, so I didn't have anything, worth using to shoot long range.
Yeah, no
So
ACOG
I
or
was just
anything.
like, oh, Ash is dead, we've lost it. So I was just like firing where I knew he was, and managed to get him. And I was like, oh!
I don't think Max or Kibble ever managed to beat us.
No, but like when we split up.
Yeah, like when I went on like Kibble's team on Max's
Oh, when you
team.
were on Kibble's team, it was awful. Because me and Max are the worst FPS players. You and Kibble have been playing FPSs since you were very young, so you're both quite good at it. Kibble has a big head when it comes to his FPS abilities.
Yeah.
And you do too, but not to the same extent. Like if someone asks you, are you good at FPSs? You'll be like, am I good at FPSs?
Yeah.
But Kibble will tell you without provocation that he's good at FPSs.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun. And then fucking Battle Royale becomes a thing.
Yeah.
And now everything's Battle Royale.
Yeah, I don't really have an interest in that. It's hard enough for me to get into FPSs as it is because I'm just so far behind everyone else's skill level because I just didn't play them for the longest time. So yeah, I don't really want to do Battle Royale.
No. And everything's getting a Battle Royale now as well, so it feels like it's even less special than it when it was when it first started.
We've been playing COD 3. Like, we didn't buy this, we
Black
got
Ops
given
3.
it. Oh yeah, Black Ops 3.
Yeah, Journey 3, they gave it away
Yeah,
for
they
free
gave it for
for
free.
PS Plus members.
So we've been playing that because we used to play, was it Black Ops 1?
Yeah.
We used to do the combat training.
Combat
And
training.
we'd put like 9 AI on the other team, set the score as high as it goes, and then just pick AI off for like hours on end. And
Yeah.
that was always funny. We had a fun time doing that. So I was like, look, well, we've got Black Ops now. Let's try it. And they've changed so much about it, and it's like, not even... What, like, I prefer what it used to be. Like, I'd prefer to just dig the Xbox out and put the old one on.
Yeah. We got Black Ops 1 on PC, didn't we, with Steam? And you could do combat training there as well.
Yeah, we
Which is a
we
bit
did it a
better.
bit. We did it with Max and Kibble a little bit as well. But there was something funny, something off about it. Like, maybe the servers weren't supported anymore. We
Yeah.
had to go through some third
I
party.
don't know, there was just something nostalgic about us two sitting in front of a 24-inch monitor, like, maybe like...
in
I
a
don't know,
dark-ass fucking room.
like 10, 15 inches away from it, just huddled together,
yeah.
just playing it.
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, fucking...
Also, I wish we had a 24-inch screen like 10 centimeters away from us, because I've got this massive screen and we're a reasonable distance away from it, but the way that they've fucking split the screen up, it makes it so small. It's so hard to see anything.
Yeah. I think they did that to sacrifice, not sacrifice, to keep the FPS up.
Yeah, it doesn't fill the whole screen either, which I find weird. Did it used to be top bottom, or did it used to be vertical?
No,
split
it used
screen.
to be top bottom.
Right, horizontal split screen.
Yeah. God, I ain't seen
Was it full screen though? Because
I feel like it was.
Because I feel like we'd get a wider view that way, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
So maybe it's more beneficial to play on.
I haven't played
screen.
a game that's got side by side split screen in a long time. I don't think.
I think there was some I was playing.
I can't really count A Way Out because that split screen was dynamic as fuck, wasn't it? It changed all the time.
The first Lego Marvel had a dynamic split screen, but it was awful. It was annoying because the split would rotate. So say if player 2 is a few feet behind me,
right,
but not close enough to be on the same screen, it'll split with like the diagonal. It'll be the split in the screen will be completely adjacent to your angle away from me.
Okay.
So if you're running around, the screen will keep turning, and there'll be bits I can see that I can no longer see because of where you are, and it just gets frustrating.
That's annoying.
So I think they got rid of that in the second one, but I don't know if I've actually played it with two people. So
I was telling Helen about how George somehow managed to play a Lego game on my profile.
Yeah.
Because I've got a profile across like 5 different PlayStations, so it's not somehow. It happened somewhere, but it must have been like either when he went on like a caravan holiday or whatever. But so now I've just got a 0% trophy rating on a Lego game that I've never fucking played. And she was like, "Oh yeah, you can borrow that if you want to get the planet." And I was like, "Yeah, I might do eventually. Not now. I've got loads of games to play." And she's like, "Well, we've got so many Lego games," and just starts listing them off. And I'm like, "Wow, there's a lot of trophies to be had here."
Yeah. So I find them fun. I've got the Batman one.
See, I like
on Vita. I don't really want to play a DC one, but
I really like challenging games.
Yeah, they're not really challenging, more sort of collecting much, but
exactly.
it's nostalgic in a way because it's the only sort of franchise that's keeping that kind of thing alive.
Yeah, so
because they haven't changed in years.
I doubt I'm gonna enjoy them too much. They'll be really easy to play, and then the rest of it's just like
clean up,
just collect all these collectibles for the next 12 hours of the game or something. But eventually, once I've played all the games that I'm excited to play, I'm gonna fucking just go over there and just grab a handful of Lego games, bring them over and play them.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Unfortunately, like George bought the complete Lego Harry Potter things from like years 1 to 6 or 8.
Okay. I think there's 2. The first one's 1 to 3, and the second one's 4
I think he's got them both, but he only got them bloody digitally, didn't he? Dickhead. But I don't know if he plays PlayStation anymore, man. He's got his Switch. It's all about his Switch.
Oh, yeah. You've got that video of him not unboxing, but like unwrapping his Switch for his birthday. And when he opens Zelda, he goes, "Zelda, yes, always."
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's a right character, that kid. He's hilarious, right? And my sister thinks like maybe he's got a bit of ADHD or Tourette's or something like that, really low Tourette's, because he's got these weird tics. Like he pulls on his t-shirt collar a lot. He does like this weird like snoring noise thing in the back of his throat every now and then, and he blinks a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, right? It makes sense because usually the most funniest and like imaginative kids usually have like ADHD and weird tics and stuff like that.
He'd probably be a very creative person when he grows up.
He's fucking hilarious, that kid, man. He once said to Helen, he was like, "I love you, mummy. I love you all around our world, all around China's world." He's fucking kid. He's funny when he wants to be, and it's funny when he doesn't mean it as well. I said to him, I was talking about you and Candice the other day, because I was telling everyone I would come in here. And I was like, Candice is still in France, and like I think Connor's going to France shortly after as well, but by himself. And I was like, "Do you hear that, George? Connor's gonna go to France's planet." And he looked at me with a big smile and was like, I understand what you mean. I get that." Funny kid, man.
Yeah.
Got a big head though. Oh, It's finally, like, before, whenever he went to get his hair cut, they just cut it all on, like, a number one.
Mm-hmm.
And then wait until it grew out to be really fuzzy again, and then grow it on number one, cut it on number one again. But he's finally got his hair styled this time.
All right.
And he looks so old now, man. The kid's only like 5 or 6, and he looks like he's 9 or something.
Yeah, it's crazy how when you're a kid, a decent haircut can make you look older.
Yeah.
But when you're old, a decent haircut can make you look younger as well.
Also, because of the heat we had, he's got really comfortable with just whipping his top off.
Oh, I don't like that kind of shit.
And he just runs around with no top on. It's like, George, put a shirt on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a funny kid.
There's some sort of fucking fountain thing in Bradford. In Centenary Square, a few years ago, they built this thing they call the Mirror Pool, because it was supposed to be reflective with this like mirror path that went down the middle of it. They scrapped that idea a long time ago. They tried to make it so that it's got a very subtle curve to it, so it can hold water, but down the middle there's a path, and it's kind of worked. But also in other places, it's just too uneven, and you end up with these like dry patches in the pool. Yeah. It's shit. But when it's sunny and warm, families from all across Bradford, the poorest and filthiest of them all, will come and bring their kids, and they'll just send the kids out in their underwear because they don't bother to buy swimsuits or whatever, and then there'll just be thousands of kids just semi-naked splashing around in this filthy pool that hobos wash themselves in, and then you look, because there's like benches all around that as well where people can like sit, and every single bench will have this like dirty looking old man just sat there glaring at the kids. It's like so, and the parents are just oblivious to any of it, and it's it's so uncomfortable.
I was unfortunate enough to be stuck in town one day during the summer a few years ago. I was doing a course, and I went out for lunch, and I was stuck there for about an hour, and we just walked around. We went past Centenary, mate, and it was chaos. Just 1,000 people somewhere, just like fucking from some place, just came to Bradford City and went straight to the fucking fountain and just splashed around it, jumping around everywhere, because there's those jet things as well, and then they're just diving through those and whatnot. I'm like, wow. Yeah,
it's horrible. On that note, shall we close this book?
Do it.
Thank you for listening. We immensely appreciate it. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter at UT2cast and Instagram Untitled-2 podcast. Interesting note, somebody asked me recently if we're on Apple Podcasts, so I did some cleanup and double checked, and we're definitely on iTunes. I think the guy, his name was Burnsy on Instagram, I think.
Right.
Cool guy. He managed to find us on Apple Podcasts, so that's great. And I didn't realise you had to do any work for this, but I got us onto Google Listings and the newish Google Podcast app as well.
Okay.
So plenty of places to listen to us, so you've got no excuse now. So we'll see you next week.
Except for our awful personalities.